Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Annie with What If Ash started off with Mew part 2. So last time we left off on how Ash's journey of getting the gym badges went and him training for the Indigo League went. So let's get started. After a few months of training at Mount Silver, away from Gary's sight, Ash calls out Moltres and heads towards the Indigo Plateau. Over the months, he had gotten a stronger bond with his Pokemon. His Pokemon have learnt new moves, especially Mew, who mimicked strong moves from the Pokemon around it, as the wild Pokemon here was strong, and also because there were other trainers' Pokemon, which Mew mimicked by turning invisible and observing them. He also learnt from Ash's other Pokemon, from Moltres, Mewtwo and all the other Pokemon. We now see Ash arrive at the Indigo Plateau, where he sees AJ, who had said that he will enter the league in order to get revenge on Ash for stopping his 100 win streak. Ash saw that AJ had a Charizard, a Wartortle and an Ivysaur. Yes, AJ has Ash's canon Pokemon. Ash found it stupid how the boy was showing off half of his team outside the arena. So the matches start off with Mandy using Exegator and Ash revealing Moltres, shocking everyone as Mandy stood there in fear. Ash orders Moltres to use Flamethrower, one-shotting the Pokemon. Mandy then reveals Seadra as Ash has Moltres use Sunny Day. Mandy then has his Pokemon use Hydro Pump straight after Ash uses Sunny Day while Moltres was distracted, making the water land, but the water evaporated as Moltres was barely affected by such a weak water attack. Ash then tells Moltres to get in close, which Moltres does. Ash then tells it to use Solar Beam, finishing off Seadra. Everyone in the crowd stood in shock, awe and in terror of Moltres' power. Mandy reveals her final Pokemon, a Golbat, which had a single heat wave take care of it. After being announced the winner, Ash quickly had Moltres flying away before any news reporter can swarm him. Ash then solos his second opponent with Moltres. Ash then goes on to the third round against Pewter City's Pete. Ash sends out Moltres against Pete, who is using a Cloyster. Using a single Flamethrower, Ash beats the Cloyster. The commentators make a point of Ash is gonna win the whole league, which Ash smirks, becoming overconfident. Ash then goes against Pete's Arcanine, who was tricky at first because of his Flash Fire, but Ash had Moltres use Ancient Power over and over, beating the Pokemon and winning the battle. Gary also wins his battle in this timeline, as he saw that Ash was taking his training seriously, so he decided to take his training seriously to show that he was the superior trainer from Pallet Town. Ash then goes on to the fourth match against Janet, which Ash's Moltres solos her Beedrill, Bellsprout and Cypher with ease, just using a Flamethrower to take them out. Which means both Ash and Gary move on to the top 16. Ash doesn't really have any encounters with Richie because he did not give his Pokeball to Team Rocket because he was not stupid enough to trust those losers. Also, using his Aura Sense, he detected that they all had evil intentions, so when they tried to take his Pokemon, he just had Moltres blast them off, and then he went to Good Show, who is the president of the Pokemon League, and reported Team Rocket, which Good Show returned all the Pokemon to their original trainers. So the match against Richie starts. Ash once again uses Moltres, which beats Richie's Pikachu. However, Pikachu did manage to get a Thunder Wave in as a last resort. Richie then uses Charmander, who lands a good Dragon Rage, but that barely affected Moltres. As Moltres couldn't move, Richie starts spamming Dragon Rage, as Charmander gets angry and angry seeing that his Dragon Rage wasn't doing anything, as he evolves into Charmeleon and tries to take on Moltres, who was still paralyzed. Charmeleon gets angrier and angrier as it evolves against Moltres, shocking everyone. Charizard then uses a Dragon Claw, damaging Moltres somewhat. As Moltres was paralyzed, Charizard continued to use Dragon Claw. Moltres was now damaged a lot, but was still standing against Charizard. Seeing this got Charizard even angrier as it unlocked Blaze. As Moltres stopped being paralyzed and broke out of being paralyzed, both Ash and Richie command their Pokemon to use one final Flamethrower, as the Flamethrowers exploded on contact, taking out both Pokemon, shocking everyone as Richie managed to defeat a legendary. Richie then sends out Butterfree as Ash congratulates Richie. "You're a strong trainer, Richie, but Moltres was my latest capture and my weakest of my Pokemon." Let me show you a Pokemon that I have captured a while back. Go, Articuno, Ash says. As Ash says this, Ash's Articuno appears, scaring everyone. Well, it seems Ash Ketchum has another legendary. Who would have thought, the proctor says. Ash then orders Articuno to finish off the Butterfree with a Ice Beam, finishing the match. As Richie leaves, promising that it will be different next time round. As Ash chuckles, this trainer has really earned his respect, as he gives Richie a thumbs up and walks out. Ash then moves on to the top 8, where he battles a trainer called Asanta, which Ash solos with just his moltres, allowing Ash to move on to the semi-finals. Ash is now battling Gary to see who gets to the finals. Gary sends out his starter, Blastoise. So your starter against mine, Gary. Let's see how you react. I kept her hidden since I was 5, Ash says. Oh really? You're still gonna lose, Mr. I need legendary to be good, Gary says. Oh, you're just jealous that legends don't come to you. I mean, which legendary would want to go near someone as unworthy as you? Ash says, letting his hatred for how he was treated as a child come out. I choose you, my best friend and starter. Mew, Ash says as Mew appears, doing a backflip. Gary's jaw dropped as well as the crowds, as they turned in silent to see the rarest mythical Pokemon, which was apparently Ash Ketchum's starter, which Professor Oak backed. Nansu also came to watch the fight, has his jaw dropped, as he heard of Ash wielding 2 of the legendary birds of the legendary bird trio, but to have the rarest Pokemon as a starter, inconceivable. He couldn't understand how this kid got a Mew. He could understand the birds as they went around causing trouble all around the world, but Mews normally hide away from humans. Interesting, he thought. Mew easily beats Blastoise with Magical Leaf and the teleporting out of the way of Gary's Turtle's attacks, then blasting him with the Solar Beam, finishing off the Blastoise. Gary then sends in Nidoking, who is taken out by a single surf from the overpowered Mew. Gary then sends out Arcanine, who is knocked out by a few surfs but still manages to get in a few Fire Fangs and weaken Mew a little bit. Ash then sends out Kingler, who is swept by Ash's Thunder Punch, as this was his recently evolved Pokemon. Gary then sends out his final Pokemon, a Tyranitar, who Gary had just caught at Mount Silver. Hey Ash, let me show you the power of bonds, Gary says as he tapped his bracelet and Tyranitar Mega evolved. Gary then has Tyranitar use Dark Pulse, damaging Mew a lot, as Ash has Mew counter with a Dazzling Gleam, which also damages Tyranitar quite a lot. Tyranitar uses Dark Pulse again, while Mew teleports close and hits Gary with a Dazzling Gleam. Both Pokemon were on their last knees after spamming Dazzling Gleam and Dark Pulse, as they both used Dazzling Gleam and Dark Pulse one final time. Both Pokemon were left standing after the explosion when Tyranitar suddenly falls, which was shortly followed after by Mew falling. Gary, having no Pokemon left, is disqualified, while Ash runs and cuddles Mew, being declared the winner. You did good, Mew, we won, Ash says, as Mew, feeling better, started to nuzzle Ash, as everyone smiled at the cute sight. Hey Gary, that was some power. I didn't expect anyone to even touch Mew in this tournament. She's my strongest, Ash says. Well, Ashy boy, you win this time, but I'll take the W next time. And I'll also take the W of bringing down your Mew, which is a legendary, Gary says, as Ash starts to laugh. Good luck with that one, Gary. Not even Lance himself will be able to beat my Mew, Ash says. Ash then goes on to the finals to face AJ, who Ash defeated at his Fate Gym. That's right, the guy who had the Fate Gym and wanted 100 wins. The reason why AJ is in the finals is because we don't know who got first place, and also I want you to see what will happen if Ash's Cannon team was used by a competent trainer against Ash's team that I made for him. We start the match off with AJ sending out Charizard, as Ash responds with Zapdos, shocking the audience even more. Well, what do you know? It seems that Ash Ketchum has the legendary bird trio. What do you have? A full team of legendaries, AJ asks. Maybe, but not a full team of legendaries. Well, I'll give you a hint, I've caught all the legendaries of the Kanto region. And also, I don't have a full team yet, Ash says. Why do you catch a normal Pokemon to fill up the 6th slot, AJ asks. My dream is to be a legendary master and befriend and capture all legendary, Ash says. AJ has his Charizard use Dragon Claw, while Ash has Zapdos, Dodge, and then use Thunder to bring Charizard down to its last knee. But Charizard survived, activating his Blaze in anger of looking weak. and then uses a flamethrower. But Zapdos uses a thunder wave to counter the flamethrower, pushing it back as the wave hit Charizard, paralyzing it. Zapdos uses another thunder, beating Charizard. AJ sends out Venusaur, who evolved from Ivysaur, but was then defeated by a single Brave Bird, where Zapdos took quite a bit of the damage from the recoil. AJ then sends out his Blastoise with Glasses, who's the evolution of Canon Ash's Squirtle. Ash has Zapdos solo it with a Wild Charge. There is now a break as Ash has beaten the 3 Pokemon of AJ's team and there are 3 left. After the break, AJ sends out Butterfree, who quickly uses String Shot to slow down Zapdos, but Zapdos beats it with Thunder. AJ then sends out Raichu. Zapdos tries to use Wild Charge on Raichu, but unknown to Ash, Raichu had Lightning Rod, so he absorbed the Zapdos' attack. Ash, getting frustrated, has Zapdos spam Ancient Power, which Raichu uses Iron Tail to send the Ancient Power back at Zapdos, hurting it quite a bit, injuring it heavily. But a few of the Ancient Power hit, bringing down Raichu to its last knee. Zapdos then uses Brave Bird to finish off Raichu. Ash then returns Zapdos, seeing as it was injured, and Ash doesn't like forcing his Pokemon to fight. Richie then sends out his final Pokemon, also known as Pidgeot. This final Pokemon is Mewtwo, Ash says, as Mewtwo appears with all of its glory. Unbelievable, it seems Ash has yet another legendary Pokemon. Truly, this kid is an enigma. A new trainer in less than a year has nearly a full team of legendary Pokemon, and that too all of the legendaries of the region he is from. He is definitely someone special, the proctor says. I'll beat you, Ash. You ruined my dreams of having 100 wins in a row, so I'll take away your dream. Now feel our power. Pidgeot Mega Evolve, AJ says, as he touches his wrist and Pidgeot Mega Evolves. Whoa, look at that. AJ has some sort of grudge with Ash and used that grudge to Mega Evolve his Pokemon, the proctor says. Pidgeot, use Brave Bird, AJ said, as Mewtwo uses Psychic to stop it in place and then uses the Thunder Punch to send it flying back, damaging it heavily. Ash had Mewtwo use Future Sight just in case Mewtwo did lose, as AJ's Pidgeot came out with a Aerial Ace from behind and then used Brave Bird and Sky Attack. Ash saw Mewtwo get blown away a little, as Ash told it to use Psychic to float and slowly come back to the ground, which Mewtwo did. Ash then has enough and tells Mewtwo to use Thunderbolt on Pidgeot, bringing it down to his last knee. Ash then tells it to use Thunder, finishing off Pidgeot, making Ash the winner of the Indigo League. I think we all knew this outcome was going to come. I mean, there's no way anyone apart from maybe Toby S is going to beat Ash. Ash then got his rewards as first place, as AJ got second place and the third place went to Gary. Ash then goes home to celebrate being a champion of the Indigo League. So guys, before I end this video, I wanted to explain why I chose Mew. Other than it being mine and someone close to me's favorite Pokemon, I've seen a lot of people do what ifs with just the starters, but nobody has ever done one with the legendary. So I thought, yeah, why not? And to be honest, you're seeing Ash lose in the first league is just getting boring because that always happens in all the what ifs. Finally, it's because an uneasy what if cannot be an uneasy what if their main characters are OP. But guys, that's all for today. Peace.